Hi, it's Lily at Let It Go Sinclair. There a better time to let go. Um, I just to laugh actually. It's everything that's going on, and I've been doing a lot of breathing myself. And I thought it's this Breathe Week for Heal Scotland, trying to encourage people to try these conscious breathing techniques that really help calm your stress levels. And when your stress levels calm, you can see things more clearly because we have a lot of things potentially to worry about right now. I think the main one for everyone is cash flow. What are we going to do? How are we going to pay the bills? How are we going to pay the rent, the mortgage? And the other thing, obviously, for families is if the schools close, who's going to look after the children? What are enormous human test? I can completely understand why you're scared, but also we understand that stress in this situation is not going to help any one of us. So using these stress release techniques will become essential. As human beings, we have a phenomenal creative power for solutions, and I think everybody saw that during the war, and even in Italy, people singing to each other in the balconies, etc. Human beings are pretty and pretty creative when they have to be, and we're being given this challenge slash space situation, which a lot of our friends who have got compromised health, we have to be very mindful, not just for ourselves, because I think what I'm hearing now is most of us think, well, survive it, but how would I feel if I took it into somebody's home, or if I took it back to mum or whatever? We have a social responsibility. So I think we can all assume that a lockdown will happen. I don't think there's one single human being that it's not going to affect in some adverse way. And I think that the unknown is possibly the biggest challenge here. My dream is that the sun comes out for the next however many months and we can all just sit in our gardens. But the reality is what happens with the young children, what happens to the kids that are having exams, and what happens if you're sick. So let's just start with some conscious, no matter what's happening in your external environment, because what we have is we have all the things that are outside the body and we have things that are inside the body. And right now we can't know what's happening out there. I think most of us are realising we're going to be in lockdown at some point, maybe quite soon. I've heard Friday. So supposing the lockdown's going to come, how are we going to deal with that? What's happening in the body? How are we reacting to the idea of a lockdown and what that will mean to us and to our family and to our loved ones? So we'll just start right there. And I want you just to get into the body and give yourself out of 10, how stressed do you feel with this absolutely crazy unexpected situation that we're all finding ourselves in now? And I'll scale to 10, 10 being frantic, 0 or 1 being very low. And just feel it in your body. We are emotional beings and our body is our subconscious mind, and it talks to us all the time, but it talks to us in feelings. So the feelings are telling you there's energy here, there's energy here. I right now can feel it in my chest. So this heart area, you might feel it in your belly, your throat, your head. It might just be loads and loads of thinking. It doesn't really matter. We all feel it very differently. So just give yourself a mark out of 10 in terms of how stressed you are. And then what I want you to do is the 4-7-8 breath. I'm just going to talk you through it. Now, I bang on about this all the time. The 4-7-8 breath and the Sedona method are probably two of the most simple, straightforward tools that you can use to change your chemistry. Because they're so simple, people think, oh, it can't be that easy. And it is. So during these times, you get these two simple tools, you will absolutely be able to change how you feel. You won't be stressing people around you because, let's face it, there's going to be some challenging relationships. And when you've got a lot of stressed people in one house, that can end in chaos. You need to teach these techniques to your family. We all have to use it. We have responsibility to get with the emotional and physical that I can. So breath by Anne. He teaches it to all his doctors and all his patients. He's seen people come from tense states with panic and anxiety that medication just couldn't change their life round with this technique, but you need to practice it every day. So you breathe in for 4, in through the nose if you can. Don't get stressed out. If your nose is blocked, you can breathe in. You hold for 7. You put your tongue behind your teeth and the gum there, and then you breathe out through the mouth like that. Okay? And you do 4 rounds. It'll just take you not even 2 minutes. So let's do it together. Breathe in. Hold. And out. And in. Hold. And out. And in. And hold. And out. And in. And hold. And out. Okay, take some nice, easy breaths. And just check at what level your stress is at now. You may, if you have anything quite obvious, it doesn't matter. Just keep practicing. You're teaching the body, you're saying everything's okay. You're breathing out more than you're breathing in. That's very, very important, because when we breathe in, we actually put ourselves into fight or flight. That's the panic state. So we're doing the opposite. Slowing the breathing right down and breathing out. Hopefully you've had a slight to huge feeling of peace coming in there. So that's one of your tools, 4, 7, 8 breath. Remember to use it. Teach it to your children. Teach it to parents. You know, this is another thing that can be challenging at this time if you've got sick parents caring for somebody and it's looking to be like we're not going to have the support that we're used to. People can't just drop in and out, which keeps us sane. So we're going to have to take our own reserves and resources. So that is really powerful. Do not let the simplicity of that trick you into thinking it won't work. Every morning and every night, and then you can increase it to 8 in the morning and 8 at night. Twice a day, that's all you need to do. And after a period of time, you will start to feel much, much calmer. If you're used to stressed, if you live through the hormones of stress, which are very addictive, and a lot of us are doing that now because of the busy way we've been living our lives, we need to retrain the body to say, it's okay, everything's fine. As long as we've got food and water, we'll get through this. Okay, so let's just go straight on to EF. Now, the main things that we have to worry about, obviously, is our lips, our health, and our wealth. And the situation is putting people into the future. What happens when? It's so uncertain, and I don't think anybody really knows. We can listen to the scientists, we can listen to the projections, and we can expect when the spring/summer weather comes in that this will die off, and that's, I'm sure, what will happen. It seems to be countries that are ahead of us. But the uncertainty, if we quite literally take one day at a time, how are we going to get through today? How are we going to manage the kids? How are we going to manage our parents? How are we going to manage ourselves, our reactions? Because, you know, if you have a challenging relationship in your house and you're going to be stuck in the house with people, that can be very, very trying. You really need to practice these techniques. So what I'm going to do is just tap round in some of the things that I've been hearing and some of the things that I personally am worried about and how we're going to cope, because I'm going to way into the future. What we need to do is just take it back and say, even although all of these things, the worst case scenario could happen, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself, because all is saying to the body, in this moment, it's fine. We only go into a future, a perceived future, or in the past, dragging the long. So this is very much about mindfulness, staying in the present moment. So let's start off, just tap with me. And just, if you've never done this technique before, you might think, well, that's a lot of rubbish, that looks stupid, I'm not doing that. Please put your ego to the side and try this very easy to learn, powerful technique. You will be amazed. Again, rate yourself. Where's your stress level? Rate yourself before and then feel it afterwards. And then you don't need to take my word for it. You can feel the difference. So even although this is a really terrifying, scary, crazy situation that we're in, this coronavirus, I'm worried, what if I get it? My health is compromised. What if somebody I love gets it and their health is compromised? How am I going to cope if I don't have any money? How am I going to pay my rent? What if I can't pay my rent? What if I can't find somebody to look after my kids? What if I'm stuck in the house alone? What if I can't get access to any medicines? What if I haven't stocked up enough toilet paper and stuff? What if? I am so worried and scared about this situation. But even although I'm having all of these thoughts and feelings, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I'm worried sick. Even although I'm worrying about money, how can I pay the rent? Even although I'm worried about my business, can my business survive? What am I going to do about this? How am I going to live in the same house with people that I fight with all the time? What are we going to do for food? Have we stockpiled enough food? Even although, and you can use your own words here and just say all the things that you're scared about. Even although I'm worrying about the future, even although I'm worrying about my loved ones, even although I'm terrified that I'll get or one of my loved ones will get, I deeply and completely love, trust myself. Even although I've got all this fear, anxiety, even worry about my health and the health of others. And even although I like to know what's happening, what I'm doing, I like to be organised, I like to be in control. And even although I'm really wishing this situation was different, I wish this wasn't happening. Why is this happening? Even although I'm having all these thoughts and feelings, I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Even although I think I'm crazy. Even although I'm worried about money. Even although I'm worried about my health. I deeply and completely love, trust and accept myself. Deep breath. Okay, and again, just check in. You should be feeling significantly less stressed now. And if not, just keep going. We turn ourselves into a human pressure cooker by the thoughts, believing the thoughts, and the mind comes in and wants to drive us insane. So we're just saying, no, we're not listening to that. We're allowing the feelings, we're allowing the thoughts, and we're just letting them go. So with me. I'm letting go of the fear. It is safe for me to calm down. I allow myself to feel calm. I am letting go of all the worry and stress around money just for now. And I'm letting go of worrying about arguing with everybody just for now. And I'm letting go of thinking about what's going to happen at the end of this just for now. In this moment, I can be at peace. I allow myself to expand I allow them to trust and surrender to the madness. I allow myself to be creative. I allow the perfect solution here for me to help me with my children, my finances, my work, my business. I allow solutions to appear. I'm letting go of fear just for now. I allow myself to be at peace. I allow myself to trust. Okay, so just see what level your stress is at now. Scan the body. Where can you feel it? Depending on what you're worrying about, really usually dictates where you feel it. So just feel into the body. And now we're just going to do a little bit of the Sedona method. Again, such a powerful emotional release technique that just allows you to feel. They say that our emotions really only last ever about between 10 and 120 seconds if we just allow them to come in and pass through. But what happens at a cellular level is if we don't like something, if we judge it, so say the thought comes in and we're like, oh no, I don't want that to happen, and we resist and we actually contract and hold the very thing that we don't like or don't want or are scared of in. But at any given time, we can let it go. And part of letting go is to be in that expanded, open state. If I was wanting you to leave the room, I would open the door for you. So if you imagine the cells expanding so that you can let the energy that turns us into a human pressure cooker, when we push the energy down and we go, oh my God, what about this, what about that, what about that, what about them, and we start worrying about everything and we start believing all the thoughts and we start looking through these panic glasses and everywhere are problems and then we explode. Maybe we have a temper tantrum, maybe we crash a breakdown and these things. But what these techniques allow you to do is just continuously let steam out. So we're just like this pressure cooker that we can actually let off steam gently every day, every hour of every day if need be, rather than waiting for some kind of emotional or physical breakdown. Because, this stuff can impact your health. And there's a lot of people right now that are scared, quite rightly so, about their health. And staying calm, we know this. Staying calm is all the idea, but how on earth do you stay calm when it's all crazy out there and the media is feeding it 2 hours a day and we're all talking about it? It can be quite a challenge. So sometimes you need to just switch everything off. Techniques. We've got the YouTube channel, we've got the app, the Heal Scotland app. There's tons of stuff on there to help you. It's all free. You need to practice, and teach yourself to control emotions. It has never, ever been more important to do that because you could get yourself into trouble if you don't. So let's just finish with the Sedona method. Where do you feel it when you think, what about my job? What business? Close your eyes when you do this. Into touch with the feelings that the body's throwing up, the language the body's speaking to you. Where can you feel it? What are you worried about? Are you worried about a loved one? Are you worried about money? Worried about your business? Worried about how you roll the bills? What are you worried about? What is the worst case scenario for you? And just feel whatever comes up. Just allow it to be there. Feel it. Remember, it's just going to dissolve. It's just fear. We can let it go. So just welcome whatever's there, wherever it is, and then just let it go. Set it free. And again, Welcome whatever's there, any fear, any stories, because we're making up a lot of stories now. Welcome all the negative stories and set it free. You have the power to let the fear and the stress and the anxiety go. You just have to practice the techniques. So again, let's just stick with this. Any feelings in the body? Again, just welcome, observe, allow whatever's there to be there. Any feeling that it's personal, any feeling of poor me, what am I going to do? Because there's a lot of vulnerable people out there right now. How cool. Welcome all of that and just let it go. And welcome all wishing it was different and just let it go. And all trying to figure it out. What, when, why, where, but, if. Welcome all of that and just let it go. Just sit with the body, see what's there now. When you see the body as an energy mass, a vibrating energy mass rather than a big lump of meat, this work becomes a lot more obvious. The energy is coming in attached to the thoughts, and all that we're doing with these techniques is using the breath, intention, attention, and some tapping on the energy systems we call the meridians to help let that go. It's actually very, very simple, and the science, even science knows what we're doing now. So you practice these techniques over and over until you get really good at them. It's like anything else you want to be good at. It's like building a muscle. You want to learn how to master your emotions. Use the techniques. You have that power. It will help your immune system enormously. It will help you to stay calm in your relationships. It will help you realise that we're all in this together. 100. Most people are thinking, how I'm going to pay the mortgage and pay the rent. You can't, basically you won't be able to. The government will have to come and help us out. It'd be different if it was just happening to you, but it's not. We are literally all in this together. It gives us a real common thread. Community and altruism has never been more important. We have the Scottish caremongering group. There's also an Argyll group, and I'm sure for people all over Scotland, if you need help, please ask. Tell someone, because we can keep an eye on our loved ones and our friends and our neighbours. But sometimes, if you're alone and you really are scared and struggling, you have to ask. If you need food or anything, get in touch and we'll make sure that we get through this together. Because we're amazing. We're amazing human beings. And with a little bit of help and a little bit of letting go and not buying into the drama and the we can 100% come out this a much, much stronger and maybe better human beings. I hope that helped. If you need any help, one-to-one, give me a shout. If not, make sure you've downloaded the app, get a YouTube channel. You got the power. You can do this. Ciao.